an uncommon SGF. You see, I want to appeal to us all. By this conception, the North, the region that is so dear to me, will be eligible for the presidency in 2031, not 2027. I said this because I love you. We love all of you. Let us not do something that will undermine our territorial integrity, and tomorrow people may be tempted to support others against us. Nigeria will not cease to exist.
That was George Akume, Senator George Akume, Secretary to the Federal Government of Nigeria, speaking to a largely northern audience, telling the northern political elite that 2027 belongs to southern Nigeria and that the North should wait until 2031. That was the video that Dele Momodu, who was the campaign Director General of Communication to Atiku Abubakar presidential campaign in the 2023 presidential election, when Atiku Abubakar was the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party. Dele Momodu used this video to justify, to do an arithmetic, to show, without mentioning Atiku's name, that the North has a right to contest the 2027 election, not minding what George Akume said there in that video, saying that the North has been shortchanged in the power sharing equation. And he said that history must be respected, that George Akume and those of us who believe that the power should stay in the South until 2031, that we are rewriting history. And he wanted to show us the true history. And the true history he presented is what we are going to dismantle in this video. Because the essence of the whole thing that he posted on his Facebook with this video you saw is to justify Atiku's contest for president in 2027. He has never hidden his admiration and support for Atiku Abubakar as the man that should be the presidential candidate of the African Democratic Congress. Now, in this video that we watch, he accompanied it by presenting what he considered to be the true history. And he said, this is what he wrote. He said, the paranoia of losing elections in 2027 should never be a reason to rewrite the history of Nigeria. So he now started telling us the history of Nigeria. He said, number one, he wrote, we returned to democracy in 1999. True, that's a fact. He said, number two, he said, Obasanjo did 8 years as president. Correct? Number three, he said, Yaradua did 3 years before his death. The North did not complete his remaining 5 years. Jonathan did. He would have done another 4 years, but lost election to Buhari in 2015. And would have served an unprecedented total of 9 years. That was an assumption on his part. Number 5, Buhari did 8 years. Number 6, Tinubu is approaching his first 4 years. Number 7, he said by 2027, the South would have done 17 years and the North 11 years. And he went on to say, if the South wins, it would have done 21 out of the 28. What a chariot. Number 8, he said, where in the Nigerian Constitution is compulsory rotation of 8 years for every region written and guaranteed. Now, let me also say that what Dele Momodu presents here is not a novelty. Atiku Abubakar has presented this argument that the North has a backlog of 11 years that they need to make up. Atiku has bandied this for some time. So what Dele Momodu did was to regurgitate it. But is that the true fact about our leadership history? That is not the true fact of our leadership history. Nigeria did not start in 1999. Dele Momodu may have started his calculation from 1999, but Nigeria did not start in 1999. And if we're talking about power, rotation of power, or power concentration, let us start from 1960. And that is the right place to start the arithmetic. Because if you go back to 1960, when he is supposed to write the arithmetic, okay? When he ought to have started his calculation, let me put it that way. He ought to have known that the South itself had been shortchanged, so much so that the North has taken power as a birthright. If he goes back and check from 1960 to 1999 that he's talking about, or he was talking about, the North was in power for 35 years. From 1960 to 1999, the North was in power in various forms, be it civilian, be it military, for 35 years. The only time a Southerner was in power during those times that the Northern military and civilians were in charge was Obasanjo, who was there for only 3 years as a military head of state, and Aguiyi, who was there for less than a year or thereabout. So Dele Momodu is not in a position to tell us or to tell people from southern Nigeria that they are rewriting history. No, they are not rewriting history. They are looking at the history as it is. That the South has continued to lag behind when it comes to power at the center and being commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. All these are part of effort to convince themselves, Dele Momodu and Atiku Abubakar, that he is apparently speaking for, that they have a right to contest. Nobody is saying that you cannot contest. Atiku can contest, but he should know that he is contesting at a time when it is not a turn to contest, the turn of the North, or a Northerner to contest for president. In 2019, why Why didn't Dele Momodu contest for president in 2019? Why was it that it was only northern PDP candidates, our aspirant, that contested in 2019? Because it was for the north. And Atiku took advantage of it and emerged the presidential candidate from that region. Now it is supposed to be the turn of the south. Right from 2023, Atiku scattered that arrangement in 2023. Now he wants to do the same thing in African Democratic Congress opposition alliance or coalitions. African Democratic Congress coalition. If Atiku wants to contest the way he normally does, even when it is not the turn of the north, he can go ahead. But to try to justify it by bringing out some calculations from 1999 is being unfair and an insult to the intelligence of right-thinking members of the public. There are so many things I normally agree with Dele Momodu. I agree with him that the APC has failed this country. I agree with him that this country will be better off without the APC returning back to power in 2027. I agree with him that a new Nigeria is what is needed. But I do not agree with him that Atiku Abubakar is the pathway to that new Nigeria, and that Atiku must contest in 2027. Atiku should wait. He should listen to the voice of reason, like Akume, saying that it is the turn of the north in 2031, not in 2027. And that said, that doesn't mean that Tinubu is the right candidate to represent the South. He is not. We have a candidate who can do better, who can change this country in just 4 years. He has already said he is not going to seek his constitutionally allowed 8 years if he becomes president. He has publicly, before the whole world, and said that he is going to serve for only 4 years. And that certain candidate is Peter Obi. And he has what it takes to be able to deliver. That should be enough for anybody who truly wants a new Nigeria and a Nigeria that works. I agree with Dele Momodu, Tinubu has failed. I agree with him that APC has failed. I agree with him that there is a need for a change in 2027. But where he gets it wrong is to want to, bamboozle us with numbers, to claim that the North has been changed, that they have a backlog of 11 years to make up, which was the argument that Atiku Abubakar made in 2023. In fact, Atiku Abubakar made that argument in 2023 when he was being told about power returning to the South. Okay, so that is the same mathematical arithmetic that Dele Momodu, highly respected media personality and media entrepreneur, is trying to justify and say that the APC, they are being in panic. That's why they are not talking about rotation. No, they are not in panic. Even the APC said they know it. That was why they ensured that the power went back to, or rotated back to the South in 2023. The PDP that was foolhardy as a result of Atiku Abubakar's ambition to contest in 2023. They are paying the price to them. Where is the PDP? And that will be the fate that will befall African Democratic Congress if they go ahead and hand Atiku Abubakar the ticket of that party. The same fate. Like Albert Einstein said, this definition of madness is doing the same thing all over again and expect to get a different result. I don't know what you think about Dele Momodu's presentation of Atiku Abubakar's argument on why he deserves to contest the 2027 election, as most people are telling him to step aside and wait till 2031 when it will be the turn of the North to produce the president of Nigeria. Do you buy Dele Momodu's argument? Do you buy Atiku Abubakar's argument that the North has backlog of 11 years to meet up with the South, calculating from 1999, when we know that the history of Nigeria as an independent nation did not start in 1999. Of course, Dele Momodu did not mention the MKO Abiola that was denied his mandate. He didn't add that into his calculation. But we all know Nigeria did not start in 1999, at least as an independent nation, 1960. Let us start writing our history from there. Dele Momodu should not tell us that we are rewriting history by insisting that power should not return to the North until 2031. Whatever is your position, let's hear from you at the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. And if you're new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it high and I'll recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.